What's going on, guys? It's the Dark Diamond here again. I know it's been a while, but I'm back now. Ever have the feeling when you try to say something nice to someone but end up sounding terrible or rude? It's an awkward situation when you think about it because there are so many compliments that can be taken as insults depending on what context they're being used in. By definition, compliments are made to make other people feel good or confident about themselves, while insults are intended to hurt other people's emotions. On the surface, things said can be taken as good or bad, but sometimes people say things meaning the opposite of what they say, and in return they get a reaction like they were being bullied or harassed. That's the law of equivalent exchange. And believe me, when you use compliments to be passive-aggressive, that's the most hurtful thing you could do to someone, whether you're doing it intentionally or not. However, bullying instances aren't the purpose of this video, no. Instead, I'm going to tell you guys some funny stories about minor things being said to other people that are compliments being taken as insults. Mainly just because you can come off as hurtful even though you don't intend to. The first story I'm going to tell you takes place during a retreat I went on for my church. I am a Catholic Christian who enjoys going to many different churches around my neighborhood, rather than just the one in the town where I went to school. A few years ago, I went to a retreat at a neighboring town's church because it was a requirement to be confirmed. I got along well with most everyone there who I didn't know. However, the guy who was running the retreat and I got into a bit of a fight with each other. It's a little bit of a blur, but he mentioned something about his kids being a certain age, and then we calculated him to be 51 years old at the time. He had a gray beard and gray hair that you could tell turned gray earlier than it was supposed to. So I decided to compliment him by telling him that he looks young, but it came out wrong. Yes, that's right, I'm 51. You look like you're at least 50. Hey! Some people were laughing at what I said while others were like, dude, what are you saying? I'm sorry, that didn't come out right. He forgave me for it pretty easily. Ironically, people thought I was cool for saying that and didn't make fun of me as much as I thought they would. The next situation has to do with a group chat I'm in with a bunch of these girls. I was texting them all, and out of nowhere, this one girl asks me, "So am I attractive? Do you think I'm cute or hot?" And I didn't know how to respond to her because I wasn't in love with her or anything, so I wanted to say something nice without hurting her feelings. So I said, yeah, you're pretty good. And somehow she got offended by me saying that, and all the girls in the group chat were yelling at me. Pretty good? Are you trying to make me feel bad? You just offended her. What do you have to say for yourself? What am I to you if I'm just pretty good? You might have even made her cry. You know, stuff like that. Even funnier, they harassed me in person about what I said on a frequent basis. Hey Angie, how have you been? Oh, do you actually care for me, or am I nothing but pretty good to you? She wasn't really in love with me or anything because of the fact that she was yelling at me in a very playful manner and joked around quite a lot. Now, this last scenario did not involve me saying anything too brash or mean when I was trying to be nice, but a friend of mine who said something funny as a joke that was a bit insulting. And please know that I do not condone doing any of what happened in this final instance. This last scenario is called the girl's photo in the boys' bathroom. You know how at the beginning of every school year they take photos of everyone so that you can give them to your parents or trade them with your friends? Well, be careful which friend you give your photo to, or don't even give it to a friend because of what happened in this final situation. Just this previous school year, this one girl who's 2 years younger than me, we'll call her Sheila, gave one of her photos to some boy in October. Later on in March of this year, the boy who she gave it to taped it to a wall right above the urinal in the boys' bathroom, where only boys in the school could see it. And I remember going in there with a bunch of guys at the end of the day and being in shock at the fact that we could see it there. Because someone, I still don't know who to this day, taped it right above a urinal on the wall in the boys' bathroom. The next day, I walked past Sheila eating lunch with her friends and I decided to tell her, "Hey Sheila, just so that you know, someone taped a photo of you to a wall in the boys' bathroom yesterday." And then Sheila was like, "What?" Acting all confused. When lunch ended, I was walking back to my next class with my friend Carter. On the way back to my next class, we saw Sheila freaking out while all of her friends were gathered around her. And when we walked past them, Sheila had asked me, "Wait, did they put my school photo up there?" It was evident at this point that I was the only boy in the whole school who told her about it. And before I get the chance to tell her anything, my friend Carter told her, "Yeah, and you look cute." He meant that as a joke, but it made her angrier at the fact that every boy in the school saw her photo taped to a wall in the boys' bathroom. Carter went back to his class and I walked back to mine, hearing Sheila freak out to her friends. At some point, Sheila had even yelled at me right before I walked into my classroom. "You better go down there now and give me my photo!" But later on in the day, when my class and I went down there for a physics experiment, we saw that it was already gone. Really try to avoid saying anything that you know could potentially be taken as rude, and try not to bully people by using compliments as insults, because being passive-aggressive is very hurtful. Try to be nice, and do not tape photos of other people to walls in the bathroom. If you've ever gotten into a situation like any of these, then feel free to share them in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching. I'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe for more cool stories and videos. Catch you later.